Good afternoon. Welcome to the Gazebo Talk. I'm Pastor Jennings, and I'm here with Ira Sharber, and we're going to talk about some history. I'm glad to have you watching and tuning in today because there's a lot of history, as I said before, in Baldwin, Michigan. I thank God that He's given me favor with people in Baldwin, that we're all related in some kind of way, but there's a lot of history here. And I just thank God for those who have come forth to give their name and to give their take on the history of Baldwin and Ottawa. And so I'm going to turn it over pretty soon to Ira Sharber, and we're going to be speaking about some history. God bless you. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Ira Sharber, and first of all, I thank you for doing this. It is a lot of history here, and it needs to be known. Some great people come out of here. Yeah. And there's some great people that live here.
Yes.
So I want to thank you first for doing this for us.
Well, God bless you, brother.
Well, my name is Ira Sharber.
Okay.
My mother's name was Mildred Sharber. My dad was Ira Sharber.
Okay.
So I got three Iras. My son is Ira Sharber.
Okay.
And I was born in 1948.
1948.
I'm an old guy. And we moved from Detroit to Baldwin, Michigan in 1954.
1954.
Right.
Okay, and that was in Baldwin. What about Ottawa? It wasn't Ottawa, but it was actually in the town of Baldwin.
It was in Cherry Valley.
Cherry Valley.
Next to Ottawa.
Okay. All right. Well, what do you remember about, here it is. What do you remember about Ottawa? Do you remember any kind of stars back then? Because they said back in the day, Ottawa was booming.
Jackie Wilson.
You remember Jackie Wilson?
Yeah, Jackie Wilson sung at our bar downstairs. Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Brooke Benton.
You were there.
Ella Fitzgerald. I was there. I touched them. They hugged me. I was there.
You named a lot of stars, and you said they sang at your bar.
At a bar. We had a bar, a restaurant called Hope Haven. And it would open at 11 in the morning, but we got a few people to about 10, but it would really get crowded when Giles Hotel and Giles and Club, when they ended at 2 in the morning. And Paradise Club ended at 2 in the morning.
This was all in Ottawa?
This was in Ottawa.
Wait, tell me that name again of that what you just said.
Paradise Club
what was the first
in Ottawa, and Giles Club was in
Flamingo.
Flamingo.
Flamingo. Is that what Giles Club is?
Yep.
All right.
And they had a hotel also on the beach with a skating rink.
Okay.
With two restaurants.
That's exciting.
On the beach.
Do you remember the restaurant's name?
No, I don't remember the restaurant's name.
Let me ask you this then. Now, you said you remember the skating rink.
Yes, I skated.
How old were you back at that time that you seen Giles and all them? How old were you about?
9 or 10, 11.
So it had to
9,
be,
10, and 11.
You would think the 60s or the 70s?
No, well, I would think about 1957, 58,
you were up
59.
Here during that time.
I was up here.
Now, see, this is what I want. I love this history here.
And I was going to keep that to the second.
No, we're going to get everything out now. Okay. That's fascinating. So you was up here, so you saw the stars. Okay, what about
Globetrotters?
You saw the Globetrotters.
Globetrotters was up here.
Okay.
Mom's Mabley.
Okay.
Was up here.
Okay.
Jackie Wilson. The great Jackie Wilson was up here. I'm going through my notes.
That's okay.
So I can.
You're prepared.
Yeah. So I can.
Jackie Wilson,
Brooke Benton. Oh man, Jackie Wilson, Brooke Benton, Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin came and
Four Tops.
Now you've seen all these in action.
I've seen all these. They were at my place.
That's amazing.
At Mom's place.
That is amazing.
The clubs would close about 2:30.
Okay.
And by 2:45, they was over eating greens, black-eyed peas,
soul food,
cornbread, soul food, chicken.
Where were they eating at now? They sold it
at my restaurant.
Our
restaurant.
It was. You said it was your restaurant.
My mom's restaurant.
It was your mom's restaurant. Okay, all right. And I didn't know you had a restaurant.
Yep.
See, we don't know that. I thought you were just a coach out of somewhere.
No.
Wow. So let me ask this now. This is important. I want to know this now. Back then, when you had your restaurant, did you encounter any kind of racism in Baldwin at that time? Because what people told me, they said there were no whites in Ottawa, not many at that time. They said it was mostly a haven for the blacks to come. So did you experience any kind of racism at that time, around that era, in Ottawa or in Baldwin?
Let me explain it to you this way.
Yes.
My dad worked in Pontiac at Ford Motor Company, so he was making big money back then. And my mom had the restaurant going. So we were making good money. But you asked me, did I experience any racism?
Yeah.
I experienced racism here in Baldwin with the poor people that was on welfare.
Really?
My mother stood up for people that was on welfare, because you'd walk in the welfare office and they would talk to the people that was on welfare like they were dogs, like they wasn't human.
Here in Baldwin?
Here in Baldwin. I seen it. My mother stopped it, because she was a big Democratic person too, and back then she was involved with Sophie Williams, who was the governor, and she was involved with the Democratic Club, and she was going to shut Baldwin's welfare department down if they hadn't started talking to black people like they were human beings instead of dogs and cats.
Wow.
They talked to people like they were dogs.
And that was back in the...
That was back in the 50s and early 60s.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That is amazing. So what was your mother's name?
Mildred Sharber.
Mildred
She
Sharber.
was what they call now advocate.
Okay.
Who's giving me an advocate?
Advocate.
Advocate. Who's the
You talking about like you like the Sharps, or you talking about the like Reverend Sharp?
Sharp.
Him. Yep, Sharpton.
Yeah.
And
my mom was him, not like him.
I know what you mean.
But my mom was him in that day, fighting for the blacks in Baldwin.
Okay.
That they used to be terrible. Now I got lucky. The only reason I got lucky, we had money. I never ever went to Weber School. Never ever went to Yates School. I went straight to Baldwin.
You went to Baldwin School?
I went to Baldwin.
So you was in
I was in Baldwin, but my brothers, people I love, was still at Yates School in Weber till they got to the 10th grade. Then they could go to Baldwin. Wow. I went to Baldwin when I was in kindergarten.
Wow.
I went to Baldwin when I was in kindergarten. It was a lot different. Yeah, I had money. The people that were around me didn't have that much money. We didn't start to have a great basketball team till the people from Yates and Weber come up where I was at Baldwin. Okay. Before they got there, we could beat 102-0. Before my black brothers come in there, then we flipped the script on them.
How many siblings did you have?
2.
You had just 2 siblings?
Yeah, one of them just died 2 weeks ago.
One of them just died. Sorry to hear that. And it was a brother?
Robert Sharber.
Robert Sharber.
Right.
And you now, did you play basketball?
Oh, yeah.
You act like you were son. Tell me about that.
I made All-State in basketball.
Really?
I made All-State.
Anything on the plaque in the schools or anything saying that you...
Everything. Go to the gym and you see all kind of plaques. That's for my coaching, though.
Yes, I know
You'll see all kind of plaques. It's for real. I'm not a date man, and that's why I'm glad you told me don't worry about the dates. But all you got to do is go into Baldwin School.
Go into Baldwin School
and see the plaques.
So you went to school with some of the people around here.
Yes.
Can you remember any of them? Just.
Yeah, just right off the bat, James Brumfield.
Brumfield, yeah, I know the son. Okay, there we go. All right,
just right off the bat.
Wow.
James Brumfield.
And so he's still, thank God, he's still here.
He's still here.
Yes, and you're still here.
And I'm still here.
That is amazing. How old are you, Ira?
75 years old.
75 years old.
And I feel it.
But Ira, I know I'm jumping around a bit, but this is good. This is good. So there was a skating ring in Ottawa. So it was a few black businesses up in Ottawa. You're saying a few black businesses.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you remember any more businesses?
Well, the Rosanna.
And that was the bar, wasn't it?
That was the bar.
Okay. And it was that was called Rosanna at that time?
Rosanna. Way back then, it was the bar, and I went to school with Arnelda Burrell.
Okay, I do know that name.
Her dad was the owner of the Rosanna.
Okay.
Arnelda's dad.
So that was what about any gas station? Because somebody said
they did have a gas station back then. They did have a gas station. They had Letman's Store.
Letman's Store. Now I heard about that. I've never seen it. I heard it.
Letman's Store right there on the beach.
Wow.
They had that, and they had a few hotels,
Were these black owned?
black-owned hotels.
That's amazing. That's a and I came up here in '85. I let everybody know this on my podcast.
Okay.
When the Bears won the Super Bowl, my mom brought me from Chicago.
Yeah.
So when I came up here, like I said, it was good to see black and whites together because I went to all black school in Chicago.
Okay.
But when I went to the high school down there, it was just everybody mixed relationships.
I see.
Black and whites going together. And so, did you come right out of school? When did you become a coach, a basketball coach? When did you? Was that your passion too?
That was my passion because I had great help from people like Al Nichols, Coach Cullen.
Coach Collins, Suhuba Baruti.
Yeah, I don't call
changed
it. Right. I had a lot of help. I had a lot of help from a person by the name, he died, named Tom Moffett.
Okay, that don't ring a bell.
You know her daughter, Missy Moffett.
Yes.
Her father, I had help by a fellow by the name of Harold Crunk, who was my coach at the time.
Wow. He was your coach?
He was my coach at the time. I'm talking about 64, 65,
Was Bob Hills back then with
Bobby
you?
Hills was back then.
Okay.
Yeah, he was ahead. He was behind me.
Behind you?
He was behind me.
Okay.
Played softball with Bobby Hills for years.
There you go. Okay.
Johnny Matson. And
Johnny, I know, yeah. Now that was in a younger crowd.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, so that's what spurred my coaching. I fell in love with it because I could play so good in basketball, and
so you knew
I
what
had
you
people helping me with it. Al Nichols was unbelievable.
Okay.
I love him to death. He's like a father.
That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. You should say that. So when you what year did you start coaching? Do you remember about the time you started coaching, and did you work your way up?
Yes, I started girls coaching.
Okay.
I started with the girls. And I'm looking through my notes.
That's okay. You're good. I'm enjoying this, Ira. I'm having fun. I didn't know that.
And I think I want to say 1985. I started.
That's when I came up here, and I remember you then.
And I got lucky. I got 3 freshmen. Tasha Rivard.
Yes, Levette Adams.
Missy Moffett.
Okay.
Levette Adams.
There you go.
Tony Wheatley.
Tony Wheatley. I remember.
Lisa Hill.
No, she was later on.
Lisa Williams.
Lisa Williams. She
was
played
married.
Too. Yeah, he was a track star. Leroy was a track star, but he didn't do basketball much.
No.
There you go. Go ahead.
I started with them, and we started out. I took the team, and the team was 2-18. The next year we were 18-2.
That's amazing.
19 and
you turned it around.
Turned it around with those. And don't forget, I missed a girl that was with that 18-2 group. I wish I could have got with her. Her name was Tony Hill.
I was going to mention her. I just did her interview with her, and she said she was something in basketball. I said, really? I didn't know that.
She was special.
You hear that? He's
she
confirmed
could do it all.
Go ahead.
She could do it all. Tony could do it all.
That's amazing.
Right. Block shots, get rebounds.
She did it. I wish you had some of that. I wish you had some of that film footage.
I did too.
Oh my goodness.
That was the days, man.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. So you started with the girls. Is that what you chose at first, or did you want to go to the boys, but you had to start?
No, I wanted to go with the girls. I wanted to turn that program around.
Okay.
I wanted girls. Girls was my heart.
That is amazing.
And they played so great, and so they played so great that Tim Webster had the greatest basketball player to ever play in ball by the name of Reggie Fox.
Okay.
He's the greatest to ever play. Of ball. Yeah. And so Tim did a good job with him. They won a regional championship. But all those kids he had graduated.
Yes.
So that left them with nothing. And so Tim kind of got out of it. And
wow.
I was doing so well with these girls. I turned the program around. One of the school people there on the board said, hey,